A grand hotel once drifted silently across the continents, a silver ghost in the clouds. But it vanished from memory. He traces its outline on an ancient manuscript. It was larger than any ocean liner, yet it flew without wings. Inside, detailed drawings show dining rooms, sleeping cabins, and panoramic windows. A palace held aloft by impossible science. The chronicler looks closer, finding a name tucked in the margins of the blueprint. The Graf Zeppelin, it was called. His eyes widen as he scans the flight logs. This was no mere prototype. It had circled the entire globe. He pictures it soaring over the pyramids of Giza, its shadow a fleeting cloud on the ancient sand below. Then over the new skyline of Tokyo, a vision of the future meeting a symbol of a forgotten age. Yet today we have no floating hotels. The manuscript holds a story of a dream that simply disappeared. The chronicler seeks the beginning, turning the page to a chapter of creation. Where did this vision begin? He finds drawings of its massive hangar, a cathedral of steel built to house a cloud, a testament to ambition. The core question isn't just how it flew, but why. Why build a city in the sky at all? This mystery isn't about physics alone. It is about a moment in time and a grand, forgotten promise. He uncovers the motive. After a great war, a nation wanted to reconnect the world with a symbol of peace. This flying hotel was more than luxury. It was diplomacy, floating gracefully from one continent to the next. The reward was a smaller, more connected planet. But the risks were astronomical and explosive. The chronicler finds the core challenge. The ship needed a lifting gas, and the best one was also the most flammable. Millions of cubic feet of hydrogen gas. A floating bomb if anything went wrong. This was the great gamble. He traces the faces of the engineers in the manuscript's portraits. Their eyes show both pride and immense pressure. Their notes speak of sleepless nights, calculating every risk, from lightning strikes to a single stray spark. Yet the dream of global air travel, of seeing the world from a floating veranda, pushed them forward. The chronicler unrolls a new section, a world map crisscrossed by planned routes. An empire of the skies, from Germany to Brazil, from Tokyo to Los Angeles. Journeys that took weeks by sea would now take days. He discovers menus from the dining room, fine wines and multi-course meals served above the Atlantic Ocean. This wasn't just transport. It was the pinnacle of civilization, a testament to what humanity could achieve. The stakes were clear. Connect the world in splendor, or fail in a blaze of infamy. There was no middle ground, and so the chronicler dives deeper. The manuscript promises to reveal the secrets that made this gamble possible. Every page holds a new problem, and, he hopes, a brilliant solution. The story of how begins now. The engineering was a map of genius. He would follow it, clue by clue, through the heart of the machine. First, the gas cells. How could they contain the explosive hydrogen safely without it leaking into the massive structure? Rubber and silk were too heavy, and they degraded over time. The manuscript reveals a strange, organic material. He finds the answer in a footnote. They used something called goldbeater's skin, a peculiar name. It was made from the intestines of cattle. Over 500,000 were needed for just one airship. This skin was incredibly strong, lightweight, and almost perfectly gas-tight. A marvel of low-tech, high-stakes engineering. Problem 1, solved. But this raised another. What kind of frame could support such a colossal vessel? Steel was far too heavy. Wood would splinter under the strain. The structure needed to be both rigid and light. The chronicler discovers diagrams for a new metal alloy. He mouths the name written beside it. Duralumin. An alloy of aluminium. It possessed the strength of steel, but at a fraction of the weight. Revolutionary! Thousands of these lightweight girders formed immense rings, creating a skeleton strong enough to conquer the skies. With the frame solved, a new puzzle emerges from the manuscript. How did they navigate across endless oceans? There was no radar, no GPS, just the sea, the sky, and the ingenuity of the crew in the control car. He finds drawings of a navigator using a sextant, pointing it toward a hand-drawn sun. Ancient methods for a new age. They were sky sailors, charting their course by the stars. The same constellations that guided ancient mariners. The chronicler feels a sense of awe. This wasn't just machinery. It was a blend of art, science, and courage. But navigation required power, and the engines presented the greatest fire risk of all. How did they solve that? Gasoline engines were too dangerous. Diesel was heavy. The manuscript highlights a third, stranger option for fuel. He reads the name: Blau gas, a fuel vapor with the same density as air. This was the secret. As fuel was consumed, the ship didn't get lighter and rise uncontrollably. It maintained perfect, stable buoyancy. This meant they didn't have to vent precious hydrogen to descend. It was a brilliant, elegant solution. The chronicler sees the whole system coming together. But one last mystery remains: life aboard the ship. How did they cook meals? Where did passengers sleep? The manuscript turns to the blueprints for the passenger decks. He finds the kitchen. A kitchen with open flames would be unthinkable. The drawing shows something different. It was all electric. A groundbreaking innovation for the era, designed to eliminate any risk of stray sparks. Even the furniture was specially designed. He finds sketches of chairs and tables made of lightweight aluminum. Every ounce was saved. Every detail was engineered to make this flying hotel a safe and opulent reality. The sleeping cabins were small but elegant, with silk wallpaper and a window to the clouds just outside. The chronicler pictures the gentle hum of the engines, a lullaby floating high above the silent, sleeping world. And the main lounge? It featured massive, slanted windows for breathtaking views of the earth below. Here, passengers from different worlds would meet, sharing stories as continents drifted past their window. He finds a passenger log with names from dozens of countries. The airship was a floating international salon. The chronicler realizes every problem solved was not just technical. It was in service of this human connection. He has unraveled the map of its creation. He now understands how the impossible was made real, piece by piece. From Goldbeater's skin to Blau gas, a chain of interlocking genius held this dream aloft. A delicate chain. The chronicler feels he knows the ship now, not as a ghost, but as a living, breathing marvel of its time. But the story isn't over. The final pages of the manuscript await, holding the tale of its grand design in flight. He has seen the pieces. Now he will see the whole picture. The golden age of the flying hotel. The chronicler prepares to reveal the grand design, where all the pieces come together to create a symphony of flight. He can almost hear the faint music from the lounge, the clinking of glasses, the murmur of happy voices. This was not just a machine. For a brief, shining moment, it was the future. And it was beautiful. The final chapter unfolds, the grand design in motion. He watches the illustrations come to life on the page. The Graf Zeppelin cruises over Rio de Janeiro, circling the Christ the Redeemer statue like a visiting deity. He sees crowds gathering in fields below, waving at the silent giant passing overhead. A truly global celebrity. For over 1 million miles it flew, a perfect safety record, a triumph of design and discipline. It connected people, cultures, and economies. The world felt smaller, more hopeful when viewed from its windows. It was a dream of a peaceful, interconnected future made real. A beautiful, fragile dream. But the manuscript's final illustration is dark. The page turns to a new ship, the Hindenburg. and a fiery tragedy. In an instant, public faith in the great airships vanished. The dream was grounded forever. The Graf Zeppelin was retired, its memory fading into the pages of history, like the scroll he now holds. But its spirit didn't die. The chronicler sees its echo in every modern jetliner that crosses the globe. The dream of a smaller world, of connecting humanity, is the legacy that truly flies on. Every stone carries a story. This forgotten airship proves that even the boldest dreams can take flight. Now, continue the journey.